Welcome to my new Blender course. In this step-by-step beginner-friendly series, we'll create this true-to-scale minifigure replica using precision modeling techniques. Now let's dive into part 4, precision modeling the legs. Before we start, let's hide the hips. On the view layer, click here to hide in viewport. Press Shift+C to reset the 3D cursor, Shift+A to add, and create a mesh circle. Set vertices to 64, radius to 7mm divided by 2, the X location to -0.8mm divided by 2, the Z location to -4.9mm, and the Y rotation to 90 degrees. Go to the left view and press Tab to go to Edit mode. Select this left middle vertex so we can create the leg outline. Press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis, type -11.1 and enter to confirm. Press E to extrude, Y to lock the axis, type -7.85 and enter to confirm. Press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis, type 3.19 and enter to confirm. Press E to extrude, Y to lock the axis, type 2.14 and enter to confirm. Now enable snap and set it to edge. Press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis and snap it to the circle. Select this vertex from the circle, this one we've just created, and press M to merge at last. Select all these vertices inside the leg and press X to delete. Now press A to select all and F to create a new face. Let's round the top of the foot. Select this vertex here, press Shift plus Ctrl plus B for vertex bevel and enter to confirm. Set width to 0.4mm and segments to 4. Exit Edit mode and go to the front view. On modifiers, add modifier, generate, and add a solidify modifier. Set thickness to 7.2mm, offset to 1, and apply the modifier. Press Tab to go to Edit mode and Alt plus Z to enable X-ray. Select these bottom vertices, press Shift plus S to snap, and select Cursor to selected. Now press X to delete, select Faces, and exit Edit mode. On the left view, press numpad 5 to go to Perspective view. Press Shift plus A to add, go to Mesh, and create a mesh plane. Set the size to 4.85mm and go to Edit mode. Now let's extrude some edges to create the inside part of the leg. Select the back edge, press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis, type 9, and enter to confirm. Select the front edge, press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis, type 2, and enter to confirm. Press E to extrude, Y to lock the axis, type 1.85, and enter to confirm. Press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis, type 7, and enter to confirm. Select these top 4 vertices and press F to create a new face. Now just fill these two side faces and exit Edit mode. Shift select the leg, press Ctrl plus J to join, and Alt plus Z to disable X-ray. On bottom perspective view, go to Edit mode, enable face selection, select this face, and delete it. Enable edge selection, select these two edge loops, press Ctrl plus E, and bridge edge loops. Select this bottom edge, press Shift plus S to snap, and select Cursor to selected. Press Tab to exit Edit mode, and go to the back view. Press Ctrl plus A to apply rotation, F2 to rename, and rename it leg.r. For the legs, we're going to need two separate Boolean operations. The first one to create two holes in the back, and the second one to create the final shape. Let's create the holes. Press Shift plus A to add, go to Mesh, and add a mesh cylinder. Set vertices to 42, radius to 4.85mm divided by 2, depth to 1.8mm multiplied by 2, add 3.85mm to the Z location current value, and set the Y rotation to 90 degrees. On Edit mode, press Shift plus D to duplicate, Z to lock the axis, type 8, and enter to confirm. Exit Edit mode, select the leg, go to Modifiers, add Modifier, generate, and add a Boolean modifier. Set it to difference, select the cylinder object, and apply the modifier. Now select the cylinder and delete it. Now I'm going to clean some vertices created on the Boolean operation. Go to Edit mode and enable vertex selection. To preserve the cylinder topology, select a vertex from the leg, then select the closest vertex from the cylinder and press M to merge at last. Now we just need to repeat on the remaining vertices. To repeat the merge at last, just select 2 vertices and press Shift+R to repeat last. Count 4 edges from the top and select the vertex. Shift-select the one to the right and press J to connect vertex path. Enable face selection, select this face, press E to extrude, Y to lock the axis, type -3.5 and enter to confirm. Hover the mouse over this face here, press Ctrl+R to create a loop cut and enter 2 times to confirm. On the transform panel, set it to global and the X location to -3.2 mm. Here I'm going to extrude this edge down to use as a guide. For some reason, I couldn't snap with vertex slide without extruding. Press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis, type -5 and enter to confirm. Now enable snap and set it to edge. Select the closest edge to the right, press G 2 times to vertex slide and snap it. Enable face selection and delete the face we've created for the snap. Enable vertex selection, select these 2 vertices and press J to connect vertex path. Count 8 vertices to the right, select these 2 here and press J to connect vertex path. Enable face selection, select all these faces here, press X to delete and select faces. Enable edge selection, select this edge and press F to create a new face. Select this edge loop and press F to create a new face. Repeat the same steps on the other side. Now exit edit mode, go to front view and press Shift+C to reset the 3D cursor. Now create the Boolean collection to subtract. Press Shift+A to add and create a mesh cylinder. Set vertices to 64, radius to 7.2 mm divided by 2, depth to 1.6 mm, the Z location to -4.9 mm, and the Y rotation to 90 degrees. Press F2 to rename, and rename it leg sub 01. Now Shift+S to snap, and select cursor to selected. Press Shift+A to add, and create a mesh cylinder. Set vertices to 32, radius to 2.1 mm divided by 2, depth to 7 mm, and the Y rotation to 90 degrees. Press F2 to rename, and rename it leg sub 02. To create the next Boolean mesh, I'm going to need reference from the hips. Go to the left view and unhide the hips. Select the hips, go to edit mode, enable vertex selection, and select this middle vertex just above the legs. Press Shift+S to snap, select cursor to selected, exit edit mode, and hide the hips. Press Shift+A to add, go to mesh, and add a single vert. With snap the edge enabled, press E to extrude, Shift+I to exclude the axis, and snap it to the bottom of the foot. Disable snap, press A to select all, E to extrude, X to lock the axis, type -2, and enter to confirm. Exit edit mode and go to modifiers. Add modifier, generate, add a solidify modifier, set the offset to 0, and apply the modifier. Press F2 to rename, and rename it leg sub 03. Select all leg sub meshes, press M to move to collection, click new collection, and rename it leg sub. Now uncheck it to exclude it from view layer. Select the leg and go to modifiers. Add modifier, generate, and add a Boolean modifier. Set it to difference, operand type to collection, select the leg sub collection, and apply the modifier. Go to the front view and press Shift+C to reset the 3D cursor. Go to edit mode, press A to select all, M to merge by distance, and set merge distance to 0.01. Now I'm going to clean some vertices created on the Boolean operation. Just select them, press X to delete, and select dissolve vertices. Repeat on the other side and merge these last 2 vertices at last. When it's done, just go to the front view and exit edit mode. With the transform pivot point set to 3D cursor, press Shift+D to duplicate. Now S to scale, X to lock the axis, type -1, enter to confirm, and Ctrl+A to apply scale. Let's fix these inverted normals. Press Tab to go to Edit Mode, H to select all, Shift+N to recalculate normals, and exit Edit Mode. Now press F2 to rename, and rename it leg.l. For less, press H to select all, right mouse, and select Shade Auto Smooth. And with that, we finished part 4. The next one will be part 5, modeling the arms. If you're still here, it means you are liking the content of this course. This took me a lot of time and planning to make it, so please consider subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, and leave a comment. It's fast, simple, and most important, it's free. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.